Time continues to tick in Hypixel Skyblock as the Wizard Tower winds down its countdown. On top of this, we get a bunch of updates related to future content, and a minor change that actually looks pretty nice. Top of all of this, a new mayor comes along, and oh boy is it one that we've been waiting for months. My name is Derailious, and welcome back to Skyblock News. Before we launch into this, I just want to say, please make sure to like the video and subscribe down below if you are new, as well as joining my Discord, as it's the best way to keep up with my content. Without any further ado though, let's launch right into it. Starting off here, we're not going to talk too much about this, we have to talk about Derpy. He is going to be the mayor for next year. He has obviously 90 or greater than 90% of the support, and his perks are pretty standard. Turbo minions, AH close, double mobs HP. Now this is something you need to prepare for. Aside from the fact that you're going to be earning a ton more skill XP, which means things like melon minions are actually a lot more useful, we also have to talk about things like inferno minions or slime minions, as they make a ton of money and double output will only make that better. Do keep in mind though that the price of a lot of things, specifically for instance the Gabagool, is likely going to increase over the next few days, especially as people, realize that they're going to need to buy these for their Inferno minions in order for them to potentially get double the amount of resources. I wouldn't be that surprised if we saw some things like the Reaper Pepper, Inferno Vertex and Apex, and even things like the Chili Pepper drop in price during this time, simply because there's a lot of them on the market, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Moving on, as many of you know, Barry is currently the mayor, so if you jump into the wizard portal, you will see that it now says 24 business hours to fix. I'm assuming this still has something to do with the rift that currently is on top of the mountain. If we end up flying up here, you can see that there's this new sort of portal spiral structure. This will probably continue to happen for as long as the admins want to delay this update, but it's cool nonetheless as things continue to happen in this regard. So, once again, whenever you see Barry in the mayor list, make sure to vote for him. He's likely going to be the thing that's leading this whole wizard portal thing to open. Moving on to our last piece of news for today, we have a minor update from Minicloon. And this looks pretty cool. Basically what it is it allows you to see what your friends specifically are doing in Skyblock. For example, you can actually see which floor of the dungeons people are on. I know Dungeons players are going to be pretty happy about this. It allows you to keep more in contact with your friends and make sure you see what specifically people are doing. It's going to be very helpful for people. Forming parties is going to be a little bit easier because of this, especially if people aren't in the same Discord or anything. So a good change nonetheless. Moving on to our final topic of today, we have to talk about the Kuudra Mandible hunt, which you may know from a bunch of people clicking a specific block in the Crimson Isle for a comically large amount of time. This is basically a much more in-depth version of the Golden Ball hunt that happened about a year ago. Basically, another admin has decided to put some stuff in the game that a lot of people don't know the location of, so the community is banding together to try to get it. Now, this has been pretty fun to look at so far. I haven't involved myself too heavily yet, but I do want to in the future, and maybe I will make a follow-up video when it eventually gets solved. But if you want to join the Discord, I will probably leave a link to it down below. I found it through Cowshed, and you should also join that Discord server, which I will also link. So that about does it for the news in Hypixel Skyblock over the last couple days. I won't be around over the next few days as I'm going on a little bit of a break for about a week, but I'll be back right after, and if something major does happen, I probably will still make a video on it. I'm really excited for the future of Skyblock over the next few weeks and months. A lot of stuff seems to be being made right now, and a lot of fun stuff is happening in the community, which is always nice to see. It's been pretty good to be back so far. Feel free to check out the streams if you haven't already. They've been incredibly fun to make. I'll probably be setting a bunch of them to public over the next few days, just so that people have stuff to watch while I have, my little break. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. And look to the future, fellas, because I will see you then.